because the time for padding is over and the time for games is on. We are about to get into this game number 1 of the April Nova Cup. That is Team Abrasiert on the left, that's Kingdanzz and Widderson, versus the Bulgarian squatters on the right, that's ICOO and Nyctea. So, Julian, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. The tagline game is on point for Kingdanzz and Widderson. I can definitely sense some minor amounts of salt.
And then ICOO has Enable Me If You Want to Win, which is pretty similar to Kingdanz's, honestly.
Yeah.
In spirit, at least.
ICOO, Castle, Auto Send Gaming.
Oh, let's go.
Oh. Alright. Nyctea thinking long and hard which of the options he wants to pick, and he's gonna certainly pick Chaos. We all know it.
Kingdanzz with YOLO, by the way, and a pretty juicy YOLO roll, it has to be said. He's got the Atoms, he's got the Berserker or the Azura if you wanted to go for either of those. I definitely expect it to be a double Atom opener, though. And it looks like, yep, he's already placing the Atom. And double Castle, actually, from the Bulgarian squatters. What do you think about this one?
I don't think it's good, especially against Kingdanzz and Widderson, but let's see, maybe they can make it work.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to punish the double castle, it's going to be Kingdanzz and Widderson. Kingdanzz with a bit of an unorthodox double atom placement there. I don't think I've seen that one before. What do you think about that?
He's trolling. He's trolling. He has to be trolling.
He would never.
No, the thing is, like, he has to look at this every wave.
Yeah.
And just looking at it gives you, like, tremendous pain. So there's no way.
Yeah, he's fixing it. He's fixing it.
Yeah.
Kingdanzz always wants to put on a show, right? The wacky little guy.
Yeah. What?
And Widderson has a pretty juicy Nightmare roll there with the Gargoyle for 3, the Windhawk to cover waves like 5 and 6, and even the Mudman for like wave 11 as well.
Yeah, and there's Vampire in the game, so he's very happy about Legion spells as well.
Yeah, that's a really nice roll there for Widderson. And on the other side, we have Berserker opener from ICOO, and we have a Bone Crusher start from Nyctea.
Yeah. I don't know, Nyctea saved on wave 1, but you don't necessarily want to save against the Nightmare. Yeah, he's sending the Snail on 2, but it also kind of feels bad, because you're just feeding 6 gold away.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like it's a minor difference, but it is a difference, right? This is a 6 gold advantage now on the side of Widderson, and they're already playing Castle, so they're already at a slight economic disadvantage. So now it just kind of tips the scales a little bit further, and we are talking like millimeters here on the favor scale, but it still counts.
Yeah, definitely still counts. I wonder, like, what the plan for Nyctea's build is. Like, does he want to shift on wave 3 to get the Sky Queen out for wave 4, which is risky because Kingdanzz is known to income send a lot.
Speaking of which, the 2 snails are already in the send area from Kingdanzz, so a shift could be dangerous from Nyctea.
Yeah, but if he just builds Veteran, I mean, he's gonna be kind of fine on this wave, but it's also not... Like, let's just say it's not the best for his future to have a Crusher, a Veteran, and a small Harpy on the field for wave 3.
Mm-hmm. And Widderson's just dropping a couple of Gargoyles. He's going to be completely fine. Of course, ICOO and Nyctea are both saving their Mythium, so going for a little bit of early tee-hee-hee action.
Oh, surprise!
And against the Lizard, ICOO with his 4 workers is going to be very fine. There's some question mark pings coming out. Yeah, so they know that Widderson's low value. But both players on the side of the Bulgarian squatters are going to be just fine here against the minor income sends from King and Widder. And now they have the pressure advantage, if nothing else. And here's the Dino, actually, from Nyctea. Wave 4 Dino against Widderson's Nightmare build.
I mean, doesn't he just, like, either sell Bone Warrior and build Mudman, or...
Oh, he's just full building. He's just going to be very, very fine here. Maybe he was hoping that Widderson would just full shift, and then he could catch him unprepared, but Widderson is not taking the risk. He is going to build here. He's going to spend all of his gold, actually. Widderson, 400 value here with a Nightmare on wave 4.
Yeah, he just gets the Green Devil. That's what I thought he was gonna do. Yeah.
Alright. And with the Fire Archer added over here, Nyctea is going to be just fine against the double Snail resend. Very dangerous there on wave 4. But Widderson, of course, he's just snacking this dino. Pushing full workers. I expect he'll probably go to 8 workers after income as well. With that Green Devil, he's looking pretty solid on wave 5.
Yeah, they will push. And especially Kingdanzz is gonna push a lot because he's getting the ICOO sends. And he knows that ICOO is low workers and it's just income sending.
Yeah.
Widderson seems to play it safe though.
Yeah, Widderson's definitely playing safe right now. Like, I expected him to go to 8 workers. Instead, he had to Gargoyle. I mean, I don't even think the Gargoyle helps him very much if he was to get a resend.
Yeah.
Alright, Kingdanzz is receiving a Snail, but he's going to be very, very fine with this.
Yeah, I mean, so far we have to say that the workers are roughly, almost equal, which is good for the castle side, but they have, especially ICOO has very, very little pressure, so Kingdanzz is 9 workers now, and I am very scared for your brother, especially looking at his build, which does not
wave
look
6
to be...
looks problematic, for sure.
Yeah.
And then if we look at ICOO's build as well, like, is there any mercenary send combinations you can think of that would work very well here?
Oh, wow, they are saving. Yeah, I'm seeing a Mimic on 7 incoming somehow.
Yeah, I can see a Mimic on 7, and if we look at Kingdanzz and Widderson, they both have 120 Mythium stored up. Those Mimics are about to become reality, I think.
Yeah, and they get a send here. Widderson might hold the double brute or leak very small, and Kingdanzz is probably fine against the income send. So this will be a long wave, and then I'm very scared for Mr. ICOO and Mr. Nyctea.
Yeah. Now the double brutes, they probably cause a leak against Widderson, but we're probably looking at like a pro leak, which is just going to be even worse for ICOO and Nyctea.
Yeah. King is also leaking, so at least it's some king damage. But I think you're fine with taking this king damage if you're team Abrasiert.
Yeah. Oh, King leaks as well. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. So 46% on Widderson, 33% on King, and they are reaching the King. So First Blood does go for the side of ICOO and Nyctea. But if we look at the Mythium saved up for Widderson and Kingdanzz, these are some massive sends coming out. Does King even get the Ogre in time? He doesn't, but that was very close. It's
and then
3 friends instead.
3 friends.
And looking over at the side of ICOO and Nyctea, I just don't think they're going to be doing very, very well here. ICOO, even with the slime mommy there, like, it's a good tank for the wave, but it's just going to give so much gold for the Mimic of Widderson.
Yeah, and
I like this though. Nyctea, he sold his Fire Archer. He's placing a Banana Bunk, but he's placing it far up. It is going to full tank.
Yeah,
he wants the travel distance on the Harpies. I can see it.
Yeah, the problem is ICOO has 0 damage against the wave. Yeah. He didn't even boost his veteran, so...
Mimic snacking. Slime Mommy, I think it did reach full mana, but that is just more gold for the Mimic.
He's penny leaking it.
Oh no, it's the curse.
Oh no, Penny! No, Penny! Don't do this to him!
Mimic, this is just unwatchable. 140 HP left on the Mimic. 36 gold farmed there. Widderson truly enjoying some very favourable RNG in this game number 1.
Oh, the full-blown penny leak on 7. You hate to see it. Oh.
That is very painful for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah.
Very painful indeed.
And look at the workers. 13 and 12 workers for Widderson and Kingdanzz, and 8 and 9 workers for ICOO and Nyctea.
Yeah.
Like, even if they somehow don't take any king damage in the future and make it to wave 11, 12 or whatever, where the castle power spike comes up, they will be behind in income and workers and value.
Yeah, this is it's pretty rough. And I don't see it getting less rough anytime soon. Like, ICOO and Nyctea, they kind of need to pull a miracle out of the bag now. Now, this resend against Nyctea should help a little bit just to relieve some of that pressure. And, of course, as you said, they do have that castle power spike coming up, but they're so far behind in the early game that the castle power spike is just going to be like a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is, I mean, double castle is just... I mean, it's fine to go for such a risky thing in this kind of matchup, but... yeah, I don't think you can afford to have one of the two players, like, to really income send if you're going double castle, because then, you know, they will just push, skip one wave, and completely ruin your day.
Yeah. All right, and
Like,
Widderson's
ICOO
build
isn't
is
holding.
really starting to come online now as well. He's getting those Windhawks out to cover him on 9 and 11, and the Mudman as well. He's looking really solid. He just needs to drop some kind of vampire target right in the middle of his units.
Yeah, maybe he can reroll a butcher or something.
He hasn't
for
even
wave.
rerolled yet.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
ICOO does get a
ICOO.
full friend send here, but he's getting
Sniping.
really nice focus actually. He's sniping
Insta-snipe.
2 brutes. Pilgrim staying alive for a very long time. There's one thing. Go
it's
get your heal.
Smurf.
Oh, it's Smurfing!
Oh,
the Pilgrim!
Smurfing!
Oh, this makes up for his wave 7 aggro a little bit.
Easy hold. But why did he not send a Mimic again? Like, it's so juicy against
Yeah,
this
the Mimic is just so good against everything on ICOO's board. But, you know, Widderson's a relatively new player. You can't expect him to make the right calls every time. Now, we do get a counter-attack here on wave 10 coming out from the Squatters. It's double Ogres and a little bit of spam. What are Widderson and Kingdanz's answers here? Widderson sells a Gargoyle, gets his Doppelganger. That's a pretty solid answer. He does have one de-hardened Mudman, but that's not a massive deal.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Kingdanzz and Widderson leaking here. And Kingdanzz went on fire exactly for this wave, where he's getting the big send. Just as always, thank you, Jules.
Yeah,
So
that's how it
maybe
works.
they can farm the shutdown here, and then maybe they can come back with the castle power spike.
And Widderson
it's
didn't
the snipe.
harden his
It's-
second Mudman.
It's the snipe on the ogre!
Oh, that is unfortunate. But that is why he's the king, right? All right, Widderson leaking 60% there, full HP, Ogre getting through, and Kingdanzz, the man who is on shutdown, with his focus, he holds.
The luckiest man alive.
He truly, truly is. Very minor king damage as a result on the side of Widderson and Kingdanzz. They're down to 68%. Nearly nice, but not quite. The regen will get it nice soon enough. And Kingdanzz, his shutdown is still 25. I was expecting to see 50 after that hold, actually. Yeah. That kind
Castle
of...
power spike, by the way.
The castle power spike is here, but if we take a quick look at the values and the worker counts, even though the incomes are starting to even out, with Kingdanzz and Widderson being 17 and 16 workers ahead of 12 and 14. Yeah. That's an interesting one. I think they're just going for the kill. So a lot of sharp S's there in the chat you can see from my disgruntled co-caster, but I think it makes sense. Like, obviously Vampire's very good for Widderson, but winning the game on wave 13 might be even better.
Yeah, but like this feels like a risk to me, honestly. Like ICOO and Nyctea, they didn't push a lot, of course. They have their castle, they have Vampire. Especially ICOO is really strong on 13. You kind of like force yourself to send 13 now, right? And you can't go 12, where at least ICOO is very weak. So this play, it has to work.
Oh, it has to, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it most likely will, and it's like no difference. But I don't see the drawback in picking Vampire, especially for Widderson. And even Kingdanzz with his Soul Gate and shit, I mean, he has Ocean Templar Soul Gate, right? Like, I don't understand why he's not just picking Vampire.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
they both have really good scaling potential, and they had a very solid early game, so they could just go for the snowball route to victory, but I think Kingdanzz and Widderson, they've just spotted lethal, basically, on wave 13. They could even go longer, right, with the embargo. They don't have to send 13 now that they see the lifesteal gates, the lifesteal sovereigns. They can just go 14 or even 15 with that. But then you're right. If they're going to go for 15, then maybe Vampire is just better value.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, you'll be Giga on fire wave 13, and if ICOO and Nyctea send and leak them, and they get a lot of king damage, you know, you never know.
Income? Widderson, embargo into an income send?
Yeah.
Okay.
And ICOO and Nyctea, yeah?
This might be the comeback that the Bulgarian squatters were praying for. We said earlier on in the game that they needed to pray for a miracle. Well, Widderson and Kingdanzz sending income here with their embargo, while the Bulgarian squatters save on to their Mythium. This could be the miracle they were looking for.
Yeah. The only problem is that Widderson does have a Zarya for wave 15. Because now clearly Nyctea and ICOO want to go 15, right?
Yeah.
So Widderson has an answer, but, you know, it's not an auto hold, especially if you get like an 800 cent or something.
Yeah. And look at those income numbers as well, by the way. Kingdanzz and Widderson nearly doubling up the income of ICOO and Nyctea. Now, sure, they sent here, but their sends are like quite a lot bigger than the Mythium that ICOO and Nyctea have saved up already. So,
of course.
Even
but
with this send,
embargo.
It is embargo, but it was also the massive worker advantage for King and Widderson as well.
Of course. Ooh, they go income again, like auto sending. Kingdanzz and Widderson. I mean, they are probably far enough ahead that they can win this way, but this is also the way I have lost games against ICOO in the past.
Yeah.
From exactly such a position, where they just go, tee-hee!
Yeah.
We're never sending tee-hee! And then you get like a 5k send on wave 17, and you suddenly get one shot. So
ICOO's just like, hey, Nyctea, you wanna save a little longer? And he's like,
yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah. Let's keep saving.
Yeah, let's keep that Mythium.
Let's not. Okay, sorry for getting weird there, Twitch chat. This is just how me and Julian get our kicks. But let's see, is the send going to come 15, or now they got another round of Income King, are they just going to save a little bit longer?
They are going to save a little bit longer.
They are tee-hee-heeing all the way to the bank right now, it seems.
I wonder if this is the correct play, though. Maybe it is. I don't know. There is a point.
When can they get them, though, right? Because Widderson with his Doppelganger on 16 with Dark Mage to buff it. He's got some serious damage and very good tanks as well, by the way. Like a Zarya obviously quite often looks unfair when it tanks perfectly. He is hardening, but again, that's quite minor. And Kingdanzz, he's got Arc Tears already on the board with Ocean Templar.
I think they go 16. But the problem with 16 is that Widderson and Kingdanzz have like 80% king, with Regen probably 85%.
That's rough.
So
the leaks need to be big.
It can die. Like 100% king cannot die on 16 practically.
Yeah.
But the leaks need to be huge. But given that Nyctea is pushing, I think they will send next. I think they have to, because this is close to a leak.
Yeah, although with ICOO's magic creeps all on the boss, he kills it pretty quick.
Yeah.
He is leaking. They're both leaking, are they?
Yeah, they're both leaking.
They're both leaking no send. Now, this will just tickle the king, but you're right, there's no way they can save longer.
And now they get full sends. And I'm not sure if they will even survive the full sends on next wave, because they both pushed a lot. But you never know, like Lifesteal Sovereign, Lifesteal Gates against kinda small sends, they might just, you know, pull off a miracle hold.
Yeah. Nyctea has good tanks as well. He is making the Banana Haven here, which is not great. Not the perfect tank, at least. But the rest of his units are looking pretty decent. He is very undervalued. Very, very undervalued.
Yeah. I think they are hoping for a race.
Yeah.
And hoping that ICOO can delay long enough. But then I think you just commit to it and have Nyctea suicide push, probably.
Spend your gold.
Yeah, spending your gold is better than not spending your
Okay,
gold.
he did spend all of his gold. It's a very small send for ICOO, very small send for Nyctea, but both of them have 1,000 less value than their counterparts on Team Abrasiert. So let's see what happens here. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And Kingdanzz looks like leaking pretty quickly. Widderson is definitely leaking
leaks,
very
yeah.
quickly. He's gone. Kingdanzz, he's holding longer with those gates. ICOO, can he hold full stop?
Nyctea holds.
Actually, Nyctea's
Nyctea
just fully
holds.
holding. Is this
Nyctea
going to be the
holds.
decider here? ICOO's doing very, very well. Kingdanzz, he
did
leaks
too
for
well,
only small. 100% there. It's mainly just the witches. Is it enough? They have 88% king
I think
HP.
it's they live. They
Oh,
live there.
come on, wave 16.
Right?
Witches, get your summons. Witches, get your
Fine,
summons.
Right?
But they do live.
Oh!
Oh, that is just devastating for the Bulgarian squatters. That was
ICOO is
so
suiciding.
close there.
Who is suiciding? Are they resending?
I
No, they're
think they're not resending, but it's going to be a wave 18, I guess.
Wave 18 sent, and Nyctea just builds like Azarias and tries to hold.
Yeah, I guess. Or even just Sovereign and go for the stall.
Why is ICOO not full suiciding?
Is he is, isn't he? He's not built anything. Or
No,
you mean you want him to sell units?
This thing. He built this thing. This is new.
Okay.
This.
Maybe they're hoping that Kingdanzz and Widderson will skip wave 18. Like, he doesn't want to leak 17.
Maybe.
So that maybe they skip?
Maybe. Does he continue pushing now? I think he has to. He's not gonna do well on 18
Yeah,
anyway. But Widderson is the one, like, he's already preparing 18 with double Azaria.
He is pushing.
So-
So ICOO is full pushing.
Yeah, that's good. That's the correct play for sure. I'm not sure if Widderson can hold. He has a
Oh, but
lot
they're
of
not
spam.
skipping.
No, they are not skipping. I hope that. I mean, okay, it's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah. The problem is that
Oh,
Kingdanzz
King
is
is-
also the one who's pushed really hard, and Widderson is going for the hold. So they
Yeah.
Abrasiert have correctly read the situation. They're going for their full sends, and I think this is just looking pretty bad actually for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah. I mean, the value is also like a lot better for Widderson and Kingdanzz
Yep.
than it is for ICOO and Nyctea, but
Yeah,
Nyctea has a
Widderson's
really
about-
good build.
He does have a
right?
good build. Widderson's about 500 value higher than Nyctea, unfortunately, when all's said and done. This is quite an interesting sovereign position, by the way. Widderson hoping to have that big beefy tank at the front there. Is he going to harden? Surely he's going to harden. It's not much of a difference on 18, but, you know, you're going for every little bit you can get.
He forgot it. He just forgot about it.
All right, 760 against Widderson. So the race really here is between Widderson and Nyctea, I believe, and Nyctea
this
has
thing
got
lives.
200 Mythium more.
That thing
That's
living
really
is
bad,
really
yeah.
big.
And this one's tanking a single creep. Okay, it does now go down. Oh, it was 2 creeps. But yeah, Widderson's aggro is just absolutely beautiful here in lane number 1. And Kingdanzz is the first to leak, but Widderson, is he just...
He's holding.
Yeah, ICOO has leaked.
Nyctea is holding.
Wid-
Widder is
Nyctea's
leaking.
holding?
They win. They win.
Nyctea's holding!
Nyctea!
The Bulgarian
Nyctea!
squatters!
Penny
They've
Pro
beaten Team
UK!
Abrasiert!
Penny
Holy
Pro
moly!
UK. What the fuck? Ah!
Easy game,
No
easy
way.
life.
No way. And no GG. Oh, they're tilted.
Whoopaka!
And this is why you don't embargo and income. Yep. Yep. Exactly this.
Double castle of the Bulgarian squatters. Demolishing Team Abrasiert here in game number 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane play there. Very well done, ICOO and Nyctea. Very, very well done.
Holy moly.
Not that the casters are biased, of course. We just
No.
enjoy a good show, you know?
I mean, this was a good show. This was a good show.
This was a really good show.
Right.
Look at this graph, by the way. Abrasiert just massively in the lead throughout the early game. In fact, Abrasiert were in the lead the entire game long until wave 18, where Jules said, "Oops, looks like I was wrong."
That's
Holy
fake,
moly.
Fake news, by the way.
What a game. I mean, man, like, let's go back to wave 6, where Widderson and Kingdanzz, they took the first blood there, the double brutes, and it's only minor leaks, right? And then it looks really bad for ICOO and Nyctea on wave 7. Like, ICOO leaks 94% with a Mimic on 1 HP. That Mimic also farmed like 40 gold, getting every single last hit on both of his slime mummies. Nyctea leaks the full wave with 3 brutes. They take 40% king damage, and we're just thinking, okay, this game's basically over. But then these guys, they just make an absolute dream comeback. And let's be fair, Kingdanzz and Widderson did kind of give it to them with the income sends on 13, 14, 15. And then they went for the full send on 16, but they still took a ton of damage. ICOO then suiciding for wave 18, and we just see this clutch hold there by Nyctea on wave 18. It is enough. He gets the biggest send, he holds, and that's the game. Well played, guys.
Are we sure he is actually your brother, by the way?
Get wrecked.
All right. Is the lobby for the second game up, or Widderson's game?
Let me have a look. I'm gonna go and
It's
search for the lobby.
Widderson's game.
It is. It is there. Let's go.
It is there. Yeah.
All right, man. That was a juicy game number 1 for the show.
Yeah, that was a great game. I'm looking forward to game 2, but the problem is now ICOO and Nyctea can't pick castle again. So.
Yep. The double castle. The double castle, man. Taking down Team Abrasiert in game 1. Absolutely incredible.
Furiously masturbating to their win.
Yeah, it seems so. Neither of them are in the lobby just yet. Let's see if we can get them in here.
Yep. Damn, Nova Cup is off to a great start.
Yeah, right? I mean, we love to see the upsets, the juicy games, the spicy ones, and man, ICOO and Nyctea, they did not disappoint here in game number 1. That was spicy for sure. Alright, Nyctea has managed to find his way to the lobby. He's probably just finished up, as you were saying. And we're just waiting for ICOO now, who apparently takes a little bit longer. He's got some more stamina, you know?
Yeah, he's younger.
Yeah, he's younger.
We all know how it is.
Ja. Ihr macht ein bisschen lange.
Ja, wir können halt noch.
Getting that one in there for my bingo fans.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably quite a big crew playing the bingo.
Alright guys, we have got a full lobby. I'm going to say casters are ready when you are. Now, Widderson and Kingdanzz, they can choose the send order in this game number 2. It'll be interesting to see if they're happy with the way it was the first time or if they prefer to mix it up.
I think they probably don't care. They'll probably say, I don't care if I'm sending into Overbuilder A or Overbuilder B. Yeah.
Alright, it looks like the players are ready, so we should have game number 2 on the way for you guys very shortly. Although I'm sure you're enjoying this brief interlude, looking at the handsome faces of myself and Julian. Sorry to disappoint in that case, guys, because game number 2 is here. We have Abrasiert once again on the left. They are 0-1 after losing the first game against the Bulgarian squatters, which is Nyctea and Nyctea. Let's see if they can bring it back in game number 2. And Julian, what has ICOO just picked?
I don't know, it looks like Fiesta, but it can't possibly be. Like we all know, he doesn't have that option.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a very bad Fiesta.
It is a really bad Fiesta roll, actually. That's kind of unfortunate for him there.
I mean, he's probably gonna reroll on 1. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I would. We don't see his reroll, do we? Or can if on the tab menu? No.
But there's counter attack in the game, so Fiesta is actually a lot better.
Yeah.
Nyctea picking YOLO, that's pretty good. That's a
these
good
guys have
YOLO
got,
roll.
that is a really good YOLO roll. But I just want to say, like, these guys are feeling ballsy in game number 2 after taking that game number 1 in very exciting fashion. It's great to see them just go for the big ball mastermind pickups,
Yeah.
Fiesta and YOLO in game number 2. Clearly not showing any fear of their underdog opponents there, Kingdanzz and Widderson.
Yeah, unfortunately, this game is already kind of over. Like, there's no way ICOO and Nyctea have a chance because Kingdanzz rolled Poacher Mask with Berserker and Bunk.
Oh, yeah.
So
GG,
the
go
game is
next.
just over.
Yeah.
GG, we can
Hold
go
on, let me
next.
just, let me
I'm
just
sorry to
change the
disappoint
scoreboard.
everyone.
Yeah, Abrasiert
Yeah,
have this
it's
one.
just-
That's 1-1. So let's see. If you guys just want to come back in like 20 minutes, we'll see what happens in
Yeah.
game number 3.
Yeah, get your drinks, get some popcorn.
Oh, Niku and Nyctea going for... I just called him Niku. ICOO and Nyctea going for a little bit of a tee-hee-hee on wave number 1. They're saving their Mythium. ICOO did manage to find a Fiesta. It's not a very good one, though, with the double range of Pee-wee. That's 50% to no send. You know, it could have been better.
Could have been better, you know. But I think if you, like, please, for the love of God, if you pick Fiesta, okay? Like, it's fine to pick Fiesta. But if you have no opening that leaks wave 1 decently, just start, like, Shroom or whatever, yeah? And just pretend you're not Fiesta. Just over push. You'll get some leaks early game later. It's fine. The enemy doesn't know you're Fiesta. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't-
whereas
don't-
this makes it a little too obvious.
Just, like, don't.
It's not worth ruining your entire game for the sake of getting that Fiesta on wave 1, basically. It's the
Yes.
moral of the story here.
Yes. And also, don't king up on wave 2 into a flower, please. Like, that's another thing. Please do not.
Kingdanzz actually staying 4 workers there with his Potent Mask build. Okay, now he pushes 5. Obviously, his strong wave is coming up. He would have been fine with just 1 mask, though, right? Oh, this is a very nice Fiesta from ICOO, actually.
Very nice Fiesta, yeah.
Slightly less nice. I thought there was only 2, but one of the whales was hiding under the other.
Yeah.
But still, 25%, pretty good.
I wonder if they go straight wave 4, or if they go here.
It looks
No,
like
they just-
they're saving their Mythium. Tee-hee-hee.
They're saving.
Tee-hee-hee.
Nice. Oh. Okay, but okay.
Widderson and
Does
Kingdanzz both
Nyctea
just
hold?
have insane rolls to hold, though, right?
Like,
Nyctea
does
hold
this
against
hold?
the snail. I mean, he can't build anymore, so I guess we're about to find out. It is only a snail he's receiving, but the flower is full tanking, so let's see.
Oh, Widder does the king attack. And he
Oh.
just sends the second snail, I think.
I think the second
Nyctea.
snail would have sealed his fate, right? Like he... I mean, this... Oh, man, the second snail would have just been 100% lead.
Oh my lord.
Oh, yee.
Oh yeah.
And this time the Fiesta player is covering. ICOO there staying on 5
Amazing.
workers, does cover his teammate. And ICOO and Nyctea, okay, they do send. I was just about to say they're going to save their Mythium a little longer, but it turns out they do go for the send here on wave 4. Nyctea perhaps hopping a little bit of copium there with his Hermit and DT, thinking he's going to leak Kingdanz's 5 worker Potomask. It is just basically impossible as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen DT, Hermit. Oh, he's not adding the snail, so the DT goes onto the Pota. That's actually
Okay,
smart,
That's pretty 5
I think.
Alright, let's see. The 120 against Kingdanzz. The Hermit, it is keeping the chickens healthy. It is now on the False Maiden as well, so that's kind of favourable pathing there on the Hermit at least. But Kingdanzz just looks very fine. And Widderson, of course, is holding with his Yozora and double Sea Dragon, just unleakable, basically. And yep, Kingdanzz is holding as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. Pota Mask is just very, very, very strong on every wave. But I don't think Hermit is the ideal send. Like, I think if you want to leak it, you probably go Cannoneer. Or just, like, DT spam in hopes of having the Pota tank not enough.
Oh. Nyctea and Nyctea, both very low value now, and all 4 players on 8 workers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some wave 6 sends now. maybe? At
Mm,
least Nyctea and ICOO kind of have to.
I mean, Wave
Right?
7 looks so good against Widderson.
Yeah, it looks really good, but it's also like Widderson looks very strong wave 6 and he looks very weak wave 7, so he has to shift on 6.
He
So
doesn't
you
even have
send
to
on
shift.
wave 6.
He can just build the archer, right, and shift a tiny amount of gold.
Yeah, but you don't know he has archer. So.
No. Well, I know he has archer, and you know he has archer.
Of course.
Alright,
no,
and,
they just go for the T. Yeah, okay.
And Widderson, he's actually going for a Hermit Send here, which potentially dangerous against Nyctea's build. He does go for the Sky Queen here, so he's going to have some fairly decent single target damage. Kind of unfortunate that it's Pierce, of course, against Wave 6 Fortified Armor, but I think he should do decently here. And ICOO over there with the double Daphne and the Graal to tank. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I think this will be decent leaks on
Yeah.
the Bulgarian squatters.
This Daphne's just tanking a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah. This is really gonna be huge leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
wow.
had to send here. They had to send.
This is backfiring in pretty spectacular fashion. It looks like 84% leak there for Nyctea, 77 for ICOO, and this is pretty bad, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But they were pretty far behind in game 1 as well, remember?
Yeah, they are just doing the same thing where they lull them into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
And then they punish them.
Although, worth pointing out that they do not have those castle power spikes to look forward to in game number 2.
Yeah. And they keep their Mythium. So maybe they are also just like saying, okay, you know what, this game is lost. Let's just make sure we start next game with a lot of Mythium and save for next game.
Kraken's on wave 1 in game number 3. But they're going to go wave 9, right? Like, against this build from Widderson and against this build from Kingdanzz, they're just going to go straight wave 9.
Yeah.
And ICOO does receive his resend here. Does add a Wild Shroom, so he should do fine.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a Fiesta from him, I would imagine.
Which he'll be happy with, I think. The problem is that Widderson actually held his Mythium here, so Nyctea does still have a bit of pressure on him going into wave number 8. Can't necessarily just chill and go for this massive wave 9 plan.
Yeah, this is a decent Fiesta.
Yeah.
But ICOO is pushing a lot, so we'll run into trouble on wave 8 for sure if we keep our Mythium. But,
I mean, that's only if Widderson full sends, right? Like, I think Nyctea's build is pretty good against income, and it is income.
Oh, okay. Maybe they are fine. Maybe.
And Kingdanzz is saving as well, so this could be a bit of a saving grace for ICOO, who did push really hard, as you say.
Yeah. I wonder if Kingdanzz just shifts gold for a Haven.
236 gold on the king. I mean, it looks like he is, but that's very ballsy.
Just build Sea Dragon or one Green Devil and shift the rest for Haven. Because Widderson always just full holds here with his build and just sucks on 9. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have... Oh no, he doesn't get Haven. He's gonna get
I think he'll have to sell a decent amount if he wants the Haven.
Yeah, he's just gonna get his area.
Yep.
Not sure if that's enough to hold against a 320 send.
Oh, I think, though, that Nyctea is leaking more than just a little to this 140 send. 50% there, and ICOO, he's getting a really good Fiesta, but when it's a really good Fiesta plus a 50% from your mate, that equals king damage.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of king damage, unfortunately. But let's see, maybe they can really make something happen on wave 9. I don't see Widderson doing too well with his Trinity Archer build.
Yeah, he might struggle. In fact, Widderson doesn't even have anything in his role at all for the wave. Like, his best bet is Royal Guards, and they're really good tanks, but he just doesn't have damage on this wave.
I think King shouldn't have gone for the Azaria. He needed to sell one Gargoyle for the Haven. I think that would have been worth.
Yeah.
The
send is really, really scary from Nyctea. That's an Ogre and a Mole on wave number 9, and he's going to have... Does he get 40? Not quite, maybe? Jules?
Jules? Nope.
Nope. Gets the snail out instead. So how long does this mole live for then? Let's have a quick look, because that's going to determine quite a lot, I think, since the mole counters all of Kingdanzz's damage pretty much on this build. And it is now going down, but only after his entire split is gone.
King
He's
holds.
just going to be fine, right? Kingdanzz is on,
he's
he's on value with Potamask and Bunk. That's an easy hold from the king. Widderson leaks 97%. That is a 25 gold shutdown. Meanwhile, ICOO gets another Fiesta there on 54%. They're going to get a little bit of king damage, but, I mean, this was a very all-in play from the Bulgarian squatters, and it just is not getting enough done.
No, this doesn't get enough done.
In fact, it barely gets anything done. It just tickles the king, you know?
Yeah. King is just so far ahead now.
Yeah.
I think the only play that might exist is a weird counterattack 12 or 13 play for Nyctea and ICOO, but I can't imagine Widderson and Kingdanzz letting their guard down again.
No. They perhaps underestimated these guys in game number 1, paid the price, and now their game face is on, it seems, in this game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, fair play to ICOO and Nyctea, though. Like, taking the gambles they have to. I mean, they are definitely not playing scared, which is pretty good to see.
Yeah, 100%. I really like the ballsy YOLO and Fiesta pickup in game 2. Respect, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Kingdanzz just holds. Would have been lovely to farm his 25 gold shutdown. Ooh, income sent by Kingdanzz? Hello?
He was plus 100 on the wave, though, you know, so...
Yeah.
Can I point out, by the way, that Kingdanzz's cartel has just kicked in, and he still has the most income? Sure, he did send here, but... Yeah,
I mean, that's because he sent. And I'm not sure I like the send too much, you know?
It does take some pressure off of ICOO. Let's see if he goes for the...
PTA? Is he going full?
ICOO does take the counter-attack here. Oh, wait, Widderson's taken the PTA as well. Is he going for some kind of post-income send here? He is! There's Ghost Knight! Ghost Knight and a DT from Widderson. Kingdanzz adds another Dino and a Brute. And Nyctea and ICOO. Oh.
He shifted. He didn't add one of the Mudmans. This is just game.
This is definitely game. Nyctea and ICOO, they were... I mean, you were right. They had to go for a risky play. They did go for a counter-attack 12 send, but Kingdanzz and Widderson, they went for the undercut instead with PTA, and that is Whipper Guga for game number 2.
Whip Guga. Yeah, well played. Well played. That was a good call to go PTA 11, I guess.
Yeah, that was quite spicy. I didn't see that happening, actually, with Kingdanzz obviously just going for the income there, but then as soon as I saw them take PTA, I just knew, well, okay, Widderson's going to go for a post-income send. And he did, and it was lethal for Nyctea and ICOO.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously worked. I'm not sure if it's the correct play, you know? It seems kind of risky to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if they just full build and don't push, maybe? I don't know. I guess they were pretty sure that they have to go for some kind of all-in, like we said with the counter-attack, so...
I mean, they were super far behind, right? They had to just go for some high-risk, high-reward play, and they did, and it didn't work, but that's why it's called high-risk, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we just go back to Wave 6, I think the game is kind of already over by here, like... They went for this really big 0-4 play. Kingdanzz and Widderson both holding those sends fairly comfortably, the 120 sends. So that's already really bad for the Bulgarian squatters. And then this wave 6 where they lose 50% of their king HP. You just can't allow that to happen, right? If you're going for these all-in plays and the undercut comes in, your game plan's just ruined. And they just really had a hard... struggle after that wave 6, and we saw like they went straight wave 9. Kingdanzz just holds there because Potamask is balanced. Sure, Widderson leaks big, but it just doesn't do anything. They lose 7% king HP while they have 30% left themselves, and then a pretty clever, to be fair, PTA undercut there from Kingdanzz and Widderson is all it takes to end the game. So yeah, Team Abrasiert, it seems, not taking any prisoners here in game number 2. We'll have to see if the Bulgarian squatters are going to go for that big balls YOLO Fiesta type game plan in game number 3, or do they want to try something a little bit more serious? What do you think, Julian? Are they going to
I think they'll go
calm it
again
down a bit?
for. I think they'll do the same thing again, or similar kind of strategy, because they weren't really lucky. ICOO had a really bad Fiesta roll.
Yep.
Okay, Nyctea's YOLO roll was pretty good, but it doesn't really make up for a really bad Fiesta roll. And then they were unlucky that Kingdanzz had Pota Mask, which is the best opening in the game, hands down. You can handle pressure, you can push aggressively, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think they'll say to themselves, well, we kind of got unlucky. We can just gamble it again. And they are also realistic enough that they know that Widder and Kingdanzz are tremendously favored in any game. So they kind of have to, tip the balance in their favor by doing something unorthodox. Because if they just play a straight up income game, they will probably lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right, and I think they understand that quite well. To give credit where it's due, right? ICOO and Nyctea, they do know that they're the underdogs. Like, if we just put the memes to one side for a second, they do know that they're unfavored in this matchup, and they're quite clearly taking those high risk, high reward plays whenever they see them coming, because they know that the high risk, high reward is how they're going to win this series.
Yes. Exactly, and that's correct. I mean, that's how you have to play. You have to play fearlessly, and you have to be, like, I don't know, aware of the sort of kind of like relative strength of the teams. Yep. So if you're in the favorite team like Kingdanzz and Widderson, you kind of don't want to take too many risks, right? You just want to play it safe and just make sure that you can. You can just play the regular game.
Slow and steady, because you know that you're favoured. You know if it comes to a kind of straight up fight, you're going to win.
Exactly.
Nine times out of 10, you're going to win because, you're the better players. And the ELO gap in this matchup is pretty high. I think it's like a 400 ELO spread or something between the players. So they know that if they play slow and steady, they should win. And at the same time, ICOO and Nyctea are doing a really good job of trying to tip the scales in their favour with these high-risk plays. So, Anyway, enough caster waffle, guys, because game number 3 is here. Let's see what happens.
Cartel. Fiesta. Sorry.
Talking about bad players tipping the scales in their favour with RNG, Kingdanzz picks Chaos here in game number 3.
Absolutely disgusting behavior.
But I tell you what, I love to see ICOO taking that Fiesta again in game number 3. Yeah. He is showing no fear. Exactly what you were saying there in the lobby, Bernt. He just knows he wants to go for this game plan. And he is rewarded with a much better Fiesta opener this time around.
Oh, another Chaos. Disgusting.
Well, now I don't know which side to favour, because both sides have a low-skill Chaos noob, right? So what's going to happen?
I don't know. I guess it depends on who's the more skilled role player.
Yeah.
And I think they both have good Chaos openers. I'm not sure. I don't play it too much. But if I was Nyctea, I would open with the tree just because it's OP. But of course, your brother makes the wrong decision and opens Slime Siren, as he learned from you. Kingdanzz has a really good opening with the Gate Guard. 5 workers, you're safe on wave 2 with almost anything you can roll.
Well, are you though? Because ICOO is saving here. Oh, he's not.
The
snailing.
The snails! The sleeks!
Oh no, it doesn't! Widderson adding a harpy there last second! He sniffed it coming! Widderson, Stream Sniper confirmed there with the build at the very last second against the snail.
My lord, this is so disgusting behavior. Oh, imagine.
Yeah, that would have been super clutch actually for ICOO and Nyctea. Alright, now Kingdanzz is getting pretty good focus there, leaking 42% instead of 50%. And Widderson with that second harpy, very clutch adding there at the last second. He's even getting the tank on his full HP one, so they don't get any king damage.
Yeah, it's full cover. But still, it's... This was like last second.
Yeah.
Imagine if he got screwed by tick rate like Bonnie always did.
Yeah.
And the Harpy doesn't build, and you just leak, and oh.
All right, ICOO with the 6 workers showing no fear. He is getting snailed. I wonder if he adds that second buzz or not. He should, I think.
He should, yeah, he should.
He's only sending 1 snail here as well from the side of ICOO, it looks like. Oh no, he does send a second one. That's going to be a reward for Kingdanzz then, who very skillfully rolled Pack Rat here on wave 2. Pretty much the perfect unit for the gold that he had.
Yeah, the best unit he could roll, and he did. That's why Kingdanzz is one of the best players of all time. And now they really cover their respective weak waves quite well, right? Kingdanzz is kind of weak on 4, but Widderson has Devilfish Harpy, probably the best at covering on that wave. And then waves 5, 6, 7, Kingdanzz is pretty good, because he will probably have Harbinger at some point.
Alright, Widderson does get his double snail send out on wave 3 against ICOO's consorts, not looking very good here. He's going to add a couple of aquas, I guess, which isn't going to help him too much, honestly. But Nyctea is easily holding here.
I wonder if ICOO adds 3 buzzes, or an aqua, or just shifts. A bazooka, okay. Well, that is interesting. I thought with like 1 more aqua, he would have probably gotten a good fiesta, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm not so sure. Like, he has a very good aggro split.
A really good aggro split. But yeah, the second aqua, I'm pretty sure would have done better. But 56% is not terrible. Meanwhile, though, Nyctea, who I was sure was easy holding, is trying to prove me wrong, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, he's not holding the lizard. Like, he has nothing to kill the lizard.
Yeah.
And
it seems he's not holding the wave either.
Yeah. Oh,
king damage here on wave number 3. Bulgarian squatters, you're in trouble.
But, you know, your brother has amassed some amount of Nyctea.
Oh, he surely has. When does he want to send it, though, against Widderson? Because he's looking really good, basically on every wave before 7. Okay, it's just a Drake on 4. That's fine. Widderson can sell his Polywog for a Sky Queen here, and yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he's going for. I mean, the Drake might squeeze through, but honestly, I don't see it. Widderson is just so good here on wave 4. Devilfish is the perfect tank. Sky Queen is the perfect damage dealer. You know, he's fine here.
Kingdanzz is not hunting. He's scared. He wanted to hunt, and then he unhunted his rat.
Wow. No balls, Kingdanzz, confirmed.
Yeah. He's probably fine. He has 465 value.
And this unit as well. The casket that he skillfully rolled here for wave 4. Yeah, he's very easily holding on Kingdanzz. And Widderson is holding as well, of course, but it is his best wave. Now, does ICOO manage to leak here the 3 snails? It looks like no. Interesting, though. We do see Nyctea leading the pack with 9 workers versus the mere 8 and 7 for Widderson and Kingdanzz, though that does include a double hunt, actually, for Kingdanzz. So let's say that Kingdanzz is at least equal to ICOO and Nyctea.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not sure. I mean, ICOO pushed really hard now. I'm not sure what his plan is for wave 7. Because he doesn't have any good units currently for wave 7. And I think he will get a trademark Widderson send on wave 7 with either a Mimic or a Triple Brute. And Nyctea, I mean, sure, he has the Slime Siren and the Cat. But if he gets Mimicked by Kingdanzz on wave 7...
We saw how that worked out in game number 2, right? Or was it game number 1? Slime Siren is not very good against a Mimic.
Yeah. So I'm a bit scared for the Bulgarian squatters, especially with the Income Fiend by Nyctea.
Yeah, I think
who's building a Violet.
Which is great here on wave 6, but much less great on wave 7 and 8.
Yeah, they are not seeing it coming.
Widderson playing very safe here, actually. Look at his 650 value on pretty much his strongest wave here, wave 6.
He's also very strong on 7. I think he's realizing that he just shouldn't take any risks.
Yep.
This game. Ah, he doesn't get the Mimic though. So maybe
They could just go straight wave 8, right? Like Kingdanzz, he has this hunt active. He's got a few workies. They could just go straight wave 8 because like a Ghost Knight.
Nope.
Oh, okay. The moles here are looking fine, but I was just thinking like a Ghost Knight against Nyctea on wave 8 just looks absolutely debilitating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Mole is the best send against the Kitty.
I don't think the mole is great. I think probably just friends would have been better from Kingdanzz. In fact, Nyctea doesn't really have anything that a mole is good against.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a bit of a moment.
Let's see if the Slime Mommy gets her full mana, because that might be the difference here between a hold and a leak. It looks like she is getting that mana before going down. She does. But the Neko's tanking too much. It's not going to get heal value. And actually, the mole, it was just a tank all along.
Yeah. I mean, he's not holding, but it's not a massive leak. And ICOO is also not leaking massively. I'm not sure if this is worth. If you look at this
ICOO with his
amount,
200 Mythium. I didn't realise they were cringing quite so hard.
Yeah, they were.
Very long wave there from Nyctea. And sure, ICOO's percentage was 56% or something, but it's basically just a mole. Like, this is not very much king damage at all. And like you say, they have some very scary Mythium amounts. Although, ICOO, is he going to go for the Ghost Knight? He is, and Kingdanzz has very, very skillfully rolled the Halo here for wave 8 in his Chaos build, which is garbage on wave 8. That's how you Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Who cares skill? Just roll the perfect unit for the perfect wave.
Yeah, that's so disgusting, honestly. And he's even gonna sell the Buzz to add, like, a Steed as well.
Yep.
And it's just, like, man, I just don't want to cast this game anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so random. You just full gamble your entire game. It's... Yeah, what can I say?
So this Ghost Knight is just going to die very quickly against the Steed buff Halo. It was an incredible send, by the way, if Kingdanzz didn't Chaos roll the Halo there.
Oh, and the thing gets a spell out into the wave, of course, by like 1 second.
Now, Widderson is leaking decently against the Ogre double snail. But yeah, Kingdanzz with that disgusting Chaos roll looks like a free hold for him there. He is on 1150 value, of course. But yeah, by all rights, he should be leaking half the wave here.
Exactly. I mean, the only reason he... Like, this is maybe with Daphne together and potentially Zerker, but I'm not even sure if Zerker does this well. This is definitely the perfect unit he wants to roll for this wave.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not even that bad for Nyctea and ICOO. Like, they had more workers, they again have more workers, and Widderson is on Cartel. So after wave 10, he will take that income penalty.
He will.
And, you know, they didn't take... I mean, they took 30% king damage, but it's not like they took 80% king damage like in game 2. So they are definitely very much still in this game.
Yeah.
I just wonder what they do for wave 10. Ah, yes, of course. You wonder what they do for wave 10, and then you ask your Chaos player, hey, can you roll Berserker for wave 9? Thumbs up, yes I can. Easy.
Very good. It's not quite as crucial as Kingdanzz's Halo on wave 8 when he's receiving a 280 Mythium send, but it helps.
Yeah, it's still very much deserves the comment, very skillful. Oh my lord.
Goddamn Chaos players in my goddamn video game, Julian.
Yeah. Oh, is this a really good Fiesta, or is this just a hold? It's just
it looks like a hold. Very close, though.
And the income sent on Nyctea and ICOO. Does Nyctea get the Fatalizer? Come on, sell those.
He needs to sell the 2 bones or the gargoyle. Yeah.
Sell it.
I would sell the gargoyle because these dark mages can be pretty handy later on.
Sell it. Don't build a gate.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right,
I
but he's
was
only
getting
receiving
scared.
income as well. So Kingdanzz sends the income, Widderson sends the ogre and the snail. ICOO's placing a couple of disciples. Are they too high though? No, the boss should still go left.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, he's
Oh, he's
sniping the ogre
insta-sniping the
because of-
ogre.
yeah,
Okay.
That was
A
really
little bit of RNG going back in the favour of ICOO and Nyctea, it looks like, after that disgusting wave 8.
I think that's just consistent with his positioning, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
And
Nyctea, are you leaking with Fatalizer?
No,
you're not.
he's got this, he's got this.
Oh!
ICOO, a very nice Fiesta
Nice.
there. Very nice Fiesta for ICOO.
Yeah, they have more income. I mean, I
Widderson's taking the penalty now. So
They
Widderson
are.
50 income behind ICOO and Nyctea. Now Kingdanzz, of course, he's kind of keeping pace, but he's even a little bit behind Nyctea. Nyctea got his carry pants on here in game number 3, it seems.
Yeah, and ICOO still has his reroll. He has a really good magician target with the Disciple and the Zeus. Like, if you just look at this objectively, I think ICOO and Nyctea might even be slightly ahead. I mean, they are down on King HP, but everything else is kind of in their favor, no?
Yeah. Jules does give Widderson and Kingdanzz a slight edge, but I think that doesn't update until wave 12 with the cartel downside, right? So it'll be interesting to see if this just goes straight 50-50 at the end of this wave.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I mean, Jules also thought that Kingdanzz and Widderson were winning the first game for the entire game, and yeah, we all saw how that went, so.
Yeah.
Widderson is the highest workers in the game, though, which is kind of good. And he does have Gate with Lifesteal, which is still pretty good with Magician.
Pretty good.
But he has Gate and Harpies, which is not the most amazing combination, because both kind of need tanks, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. He has got good tanks as well, though. He does have Mudman. Okay, he only really has Mudman, actually. Devilfish is pretty good as well.
Yeah. I think ICOO and Nyctea are gonna try to go wave 14.
Yeah, 14 looks pretty good, actually, against Widderson and Kingdanzz. I could
It's a
see
bit
13
dangerous.
working as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Nyctea showing his Pulverizer now on wave 12. I don't think Widderson and Kingdanzz want to send 13 either, honestly. Like, Nycoo, they're both looking really strong on wave 13.
Yeah. I agree. And you know, if you look at the values, Widderson is already 150 value behind Nyctea.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will come back to bite him when the next send lands.
Yeah, and everyone is saving wave 13. Okay, so this has to be a match on 14, right? It just has to be.
Yeah. And like Nyctea has Ocean Templar, Doomsday,
Yeah,
Cat.
He's looking pretty good. Or he has options at least, right? Like, I wonder what his play is here. Does he just make the... Oh, he sells for the Doomsday. Okay, I think that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good. I wonder if he builds the Infiltrator. Probably does.
He could just... Oh, the Cat's already on 7 stacks. I think he can just shift 80 gold. He's so good on this wave.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. That's obviously... Wow, that's balls of steel. That's
a good read. It's a good read.
Yeah, really good read.
Kingdanzz, he did make his Arc of Justice here. He's showing the Magician on the white main gate there, which has got perfect value, surrounded by mana units as well. And here comes the send. We've got the double Ghost Knight from Kingdanzz. We've got the double Witch from Widderson. And we do get the counter send there from ICOO and Nyctea as well. Both sides sending pretty big here.
Ocean Templar, yes.
And with 320, what can we do?
I think there's actually a point to be made to not build this, but actually add an Orchid here and full boost it, because you know you're getting double Ghost Knight, so you kill the Ghost Knight on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, actually. But he's going for a Green Devil in the split instead. And to be fair, the Pulverizer Fatalizer can make quick work of one of the Ghost Knights at least.
Of course. I'm not saying it's horrible what he did. Widderson re-rolled into Mudman, I think. which
he
is
rolled that a
pretty
while ago, but
fortunate.
his golem still goes
Yeah.
down very quickly there. Now his front line is down, but all of those slime mummies are getting full mana. That was pretty clutch for him. He was using Magician to guarantee it, so that kind of helps. ICOO's leaking the full wave there, 86%. And Nyctea, a repeat of game number 1. He's just holding here.
Yeah, but
Widderson,
Widderson and Kingdanzz are doing
71%.
okay as well.
Kingdanzz,
they both leak.
53%. Yeah, but these leaks are super small on the side of Abrasiert, whereas ICOO's is pretty beefy. Let's see how much
But it's-
Nyctea can hold. Quite
He's
a lot,
doing
actually. This
very
is
well.
Ocean Templar buff this Doomsday.
Oh my lord, this is a big doomsday.
Oh, that's a big Doomsday. He nearly full covered, actually.
That's pretty good. That's really good for Team Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah, they're now ahead in terms of value, in terms of income, in terms of King HP as well. Bulgarian squatters.
And this has to be a 16, right? This has to be a wave 16s and against King and Widder. And I wonder, I don't know how hard you push on the side of ICOO and Nyctea. You could even consider having ICOO just build Pyros
but
and
look-
kind of...
Look how skilled Nyctea is with his chaos here. Just rolling the bazooka, knowing that it's coming down to a wave 16 race. That's a skilled chaos player.
My lord. I
Oh,
can't.
yee.
Oh, yeah. I just can't. Like, how do you
Alright.
play chaos?
Oh no,
well?
but Kingdanzz rolls the flower! He's done it again! He gets the
Oh.
Halo on 8 against the Ghost Knight! He gets the flower on wave 16 against an incoming send! Oh, chaos!
Leave this game, for fuck's sake. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
we can't have our games be decided by this all the fucking time.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous.
And ICOO isn't even building pyros, man. Like, yeah, I guess, I don't know.
We have this
Does
triple pyro coming out from Nyctea. He's got 220 more gold to play with as well. He is centering the wave with this Bone Warrior. He should harden, by the way.
King isn't building flower, by the way. He's not building flower.
Okay, King built his gate, so maybe thinking the send's coming 17. That's a bit of a weird call when they're sending here themselves, though, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good play. I think this
Alright.
is just bad.
And ICOO and Nyctea, they do have a bit more value here, and with Nyctea's triple pyro, he might
And
do
the
okay.
Doomsday.
And the Doomsday.
the Doomsday
It is
deals-
AoE. It's impact, but it's AoE, right?
Yeah, I think he's just holding.
Oh, Nyctea, have you
And
just done it
ICOO is
again?
ICOO is holding as
ICOO
well,
is
I
full
think.
holding. Wow, okay. Kingdanzz and Widderson, how are they doing? It looks like
Kingdanzz
okay.
holds. Kingdanzz holds. Small,
Kingdanzz
but he
holds.
holds.
Widderson leaks
Widderson
54%.
leaks.
Okay. They are going to take some more king damage here, but they're not dead, crucially.
Yeah. Oh, Kingdanzz is
Kingdanzz is
pushing
pushing
quite
hard.
a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to end this on 18.
Yeah.
And I'm scared that ICOO and Nyctea maybe want to go on 19. They haven't pushed a single worker. I think they want to skip 18. But I'm not sure if they can. Widderson also hasn't pushed.
Okay.
But he's just behind, like, on value and everything. No, now he's pushing. Okay? I think now they
Okay.
made the call. They were just waiting what to do, and Widderson has now suicided.
Yeah.
Widderson is suiciding for 18. They want to end it on 18.
Okay. Nyctea, he's going to have good tanks. He rolled the white main here.
If they read this play, they just win on ICOO and Nyctea.
Yeah, they need to read it, though. They need to read it.
They need to read it and match 18. If they try to skip, they lose. I kind of like this play from Widder and King, though, because
Yeah.
they are just behind. Like, they have to try something.
ICOO and
They are
Nyctea
behind.
are both on fire. What does Nyctea roll? Nothing, it seems, for wave 18.
Yeah, it's not amazing. I mean, he can maybe... Where is his Fatalizer? Nah, he can't sell for the health regen tree.
I think they're going to skip, though, ICOO and Nyctea, it looks
They
like.
skip? Do they skip? Do they skip? Then they lose, probably.
Yeah, they're
They skip?
skipping. No! Bulgarian squatters.
I don't know. I mean, ICOO is almost on value, and his build is really good.
But Nyctea is
Oh, he's
building for next
prepping.
wave.
Oh, Oh, he's prepping for next game, maybe.
Next game. I mean, he doesn't roll anything for this wave, to be fair. Like, what
Yeah.
else can he do?
Oh, they didn't read the
He
play.
should probably
They
sell
weren't
this
checking
thing.
the value. Oh no. Don't do me like this.
Yeah, I mean, ICOO's build is good here, but he's getting suicide sent from Widderson.
Oh, don't do me like this, guys. You have to check the enemy's value. Oh.
Oh, these are some big boy sends here.
Big boys, and I don't know. I mean, maybe they will survive. Then they also win. But
Yeah, but they have no king upgrades, so like even a very small leak, even though they have 72% HP, a relatively small leak kills them.
Nyctea
But this
is holding
pulverizer,
it.
fatalizer is doing work.
No, they just win. They just win. They just hold.
Huh?
ICOO is leaking very small.
And
Nyctea
Nyctea,
holds.
he's just done it again! Is this
He's
young
just-
man unstoppable? Have we found the new Legion CD2 prodigy? Is he the Brit? Nyctea? I
Penny
think he
bro.
is. I think
Penny
he is.
bro, UK.
Oh, I
What a
taught him
fucking
everything.
giga chat.
Everything he knows, you guys. I taught him. I taught this guy.
Yeah, that's impossible. We all know that. My lord.
Oh, what a series!
Wow, they just skip and they survive because they're just god gamers.
Absolute
And I
got
was scared.
spielers, it seems.
Imagine
Oh.
being scared just because a pleb like Widderson is suiciding. Who is this guy?
And
Oh my
ICOO just
lord.
picking up the Fiesta gold there on wave 18
Yeah.
as well for fun.
Oh
For
my
fun,
lord.
guys.
For fun. Oh.
I mean, I'm having a hell of a time here.
Oh my
I
lord.
assume that Nyctea and ICOO are as well, taking down tournament favourites Team Abrasiert in game number 1.
my lord. Yeah, can't wait for the We Need More Games post.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright. And there's some big boy sends coming out. Wave 19 against Widderson and Kingdanzz. Kingdanzz, what did he roll here? Nothing. I mean, he's got those wargs there
yeah.
for wave 19, but the send is just
No.
way too much. And Widderson, of course, leaking 192% to the
And that's
1.2k
game.
send. And that is game. That is
GG.
whoopagaga. The Bulgarian squatters 2-1 victory over Team Abrasiert. Fantastic play, these guys.
Yeah.
Very,
Wow.
very well played.
Amazing. God gamers. Huge respect. Taking down Kingdanzz and Widderson in a tournament. Respect.
Yeah, big respect, big respect.
Oh my lord. I can't. I can't.
I would like to think this is some personal redemption for ICOO as well. Any doubters left in the chat? You cannot
Yeah.
have doubts left after you've just seen this guy win 2-1 against Kingdanzz and Widderson. Like, he's
Yeah,
got some
true.
skills.
Yeah. He's a very good player. I mean, he's regularly beating us too, and I mean that should tell you how
I mean,
good
we're
of a player
incredible,
he
right?
is.
Like, we're amazing players. We just don't
I mean-
play Nova Cup to make it fair for everybody else, right?
Exactly.
So,
That's
like-
why we're here, and they are
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Like, we just take a back seat, we talk about the games, we just let everyone else have a chance, you know, because we're
Yeah.
generous like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, ICOO, he does regularly beat us on the ladder, and ICOO and Nyctea have just won 2-1 against Team Abrasiert. So, yep, fair play, guys.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how you did that sound effect, but it was amazing.
That's
Oh,
a new
man.
Discord feature.
What a series! I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that, and if that is the first series of our April Nova Cup, we are going to have one hell of a good show this month. I can feel it,
Oh yeah.
man.
That's
What an
amazing.
exciting series there! Yeah, balls of steel for the Bulgarian squatters. Let me just show these builds again on wave 18. So Widderson went for a pretty clever play there with the suicide. You've got to hand it to Abrasiert. That was a good call there to go for the suicide play, knowing that ICOO was strong
Yeah.
on the wave. But what they didn't account for was just how good Nyctea was here as well, apparently. He didn't harden here. He built for wave 19, and he just holds the 860 Mythium send. The
Yeah.
Pulverizer, Ocean Templar, Lifesteal, Fatalizer put in the Lord's work here on wave 18 for sure. And it was enough. It was enough. They take this game in a really exciting fashion. A really, really exciting fashion with the killer blow there on wave 19.
Absolutely amazing.
Man, what a series, Julian! What a series!
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I